Let's do a quick sound check. Droman,
I am here.
Thalion,
I am here.
Falk,
Here.
Zirak,
I am here.
Elise,
Present.
Valeria,
Here.
Rudy,
Sigh.
Lamorn.
Amir.
Sure you're gonna be okay, Mark?
Yeah, you just give my voice a little bit to warm up, and then it'll get going. If I don't talk for like an hour, it turns back to this. So hopefully I don't have to do too many accents tonight.
Stuck on a Jolly Rancher.
Okay, so who would like to do the recap of what happened last time? Maybe Zirak does because he has an epiphany.
No, that I don't want to give that away because I'm never gonna admit it. But I did have a thought about this whole quest as we've been handling it so far, and I feel a little idiotic. But I'm gonna keep my idiocy to myself because I can't have the party thinking that I'm not smart.
Zirak doesn't even know the meaning of that word.
I would.
But I didn't take good notes last time, so I don't think I would be good for the recap. I only wrote down like 4 things.
Valeria says she'll do it.
All the Minotaurs. Valeria, please take it away.
Okay. Last time in A Brave New World, the Fates United once more found themselves where they started. Back into the demon hold where Resimoda stood, overlooking a battle between a demon and the dwarf-like creatures that grew in size. More prisoners. As everyone piled in, Rudy stood too close to the pit and was compelled to run inside and join the fray. Not again. Spear through the demon, the other larger beings switched their focus to her, their pickaxes digging into her side. "Rudy, get out of there!" exclaimed Valeria, turning to Drummond. "Get your rope ready!" As she slid down the pit, she could hear Zirak's cadence. "Fear not, my lady, I have a plan!" But she paid no mind, rushing and urging her to get out of there. It seemed to have miffed Zirak to have been ignored. "It's fine, I can act as a buffer," she thought to herself. The others stood away from the pit, not willing to risk going inside. Guess that made Valeria reckless as well. Zirak lifted Rudy into the air, though she seemed to want to fight it. It was at that point that the huge dwarf-like beings looked at Valeria. "I want that mace," one commented. "Get your own," she exclaimed back as some of their hits landed on her. She groaned but pushed through. With Rudy out of the way, then ran out with the aid of Drummond's rope. They called out in anger, the dwarf-like things, but their anger turned back to the demon as many more of them fell to their wounds. "I'm not helping those ones. They try to kill me just because of their own greed," she said. Thalion walked to Resimoda and presented the key that would free him of his chain. With a flick of the wrist, the chain fell away, and with a wave of his hand, the army around them turned into a pile of bones. Resimoda said, "I am no longer the master of this demon hold." He went on to say if they needed help going down the mountain, he would help them. Valeria really wanted to take up on his offer. She was sick of this place. He handed her a locket fit for a child and said to use it to call for his age in exchange for the gift he had given her. In exchange for the gift she had given him. She nodded, feeling a sense of sadness as he walked away with Thalion back to the back gates. He had given them a map as well of the inner workings of the tower, as well as secret passageways. Good, that was a start. A few of the others stayed behind as Thalion saw him off. What was the plan now? Falk suggested freeing the slaves, but Zirak countered that perhaps it would be best to continue to make the people inside believe that it was the work of the Lich. A cover would allow them much more freedom. They nodded and turned to the Aquatis. "Why are we going over there when we were told the only reason we should be going there is if one of us ended up dead? Asked Valeria. Thalion explained that it would be easier to look for other keys if they looked in other places. Still, it didn't sit well with her. They had some trouble entering the Aquatus as Falk investigated the dust inside the walls. The same thing the key was made out of, disturbing the sigil. What are you doing? Valeria explained. Did you break it? Rudy asked. Panicked, he attempted to put it in place, but instead a visible barrier appeared in front of the gate. Damn it. Xeric walked over to put it in place. After some fiddling, the passage opened. Meanwhile, in realization, Falk commented if they had mentioned the hirelings outside to Rezamoda, to which they hadn't. In a panic, Valeria cast Sending. Please don't hurt our friends. After a beat, you mean the ones in front of me? I will not. With a sigh, she relayed the message. All in the clear. Everyone walked in, and in impatience, Valeria walked in without much thought of caution. A large pool with a bottom that seemed endless was in place. Droman tied his rope to him and handed it to Leo. He would check it out. As he dipped a foot inside, tentacles shot out and wrapped themselves around Rudy himself and Valeria. Valeria groaned in frustration. She wriggled free and sent out her spiritual weapon. 1 second, I needed, to grab some water. I don't know. I feel like I'm getting sick too.
It's spreading.
I know. I am so sick of this tower. The creature flung Drummond and Rudy across the room and they painfully hit the wall. Rudy falling into a cautious. Valeria panicked. If she moved, she would probably be hit, and she couldn't even see Rudy from her vantage point. Luckily, Falk's life transfer trick brought her back to full strength. As Xeric moved back to cast a spell, he too, as well as Elise, were snared by the tentacles. Drummond flung one of his daggers, doing a lot of damage. Leo tried an electric current, but it seemed to be unaffected. Rudy ran to do some more damage of her own, as again, Valeria was caught in the grasp. With Leo's Ray of Frost. But now it was sinking to the bottom. The alien worked fast and dove in after chewing on some of his herbs. Oh my god, I don't know what is wrong with me. I cannot talk. Back to the Black Gate and out to see the damage outside. Oh wait, no. The others looked at the bubbles in anticipation until the two were out of danger. After some healing, they were faced with another choice. Move forward or check on the hirelings. Back to the Black Gate and out to see the damage outside. Luckily, the hirelings were unharmed, but probably very hungry. They ushered them inside with the intention to leave them in the Lish's garden. Valeria was worried. Hadn't he said that the more they used the gates, the more aware the others would be? They entered the portal, tired, but were brought back into alertness when they realized they were being watched. Well, looks like I found our rats. Oh no, here we go again. And that's what happened last time.
Give yourself a well-earned point of inspiration. That was pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to drop you guys off here in the Keystone map. You guys are still inside the tower. Alright, it's clearing up more. You guys are still inside the tower, standing in front of the portal, as Xeric has his hand on the glyph key, and he's sort of looking into where he catches sight of what seems to be two feminine eyes of a stark green color, sort of looking down from the top, as everyone hears, "It looks like I found our rats." What do you guys do?
You are.
Are the eyes coming? I think I might be misunderstanding the scene. Are the eyes coming from the portal, like the gate itself, the structure, or is it a silhouette of something I see beyond the gate?
It's think of a pair of floating eyes at the very, very top of the portal. Just sort of looking down at all of you from the top. So you have the archway of the portal, the shimmering image that hasn't taken any form yet. The image, it's still sort of blurry because I don't believe you guys turned the key to a specific location yet. And at the very top of this sort of opaque, it's shimmering in a sort of silverish gray. It almost reminds you of the inky, shimmering silk void blackness of the Maze of Undoing that you guys ran into in the Demon Hold. Except this isn't black pinpricked with starlight. It's just a shimmering, vague gray, almost the same color as the gray you see on the keystone. And at the very top, in very stark contrast, are two eyes. They're not like gigantic, they're not large, they're like two regular-sized human eyes, although set against this green backdrop. The sort of vibrant emerald green color of the iris is very apparent.
Okay, so I'm getting the sense that I'm not addressing a being per se unless they're manifesting inside this gate. So I would continue to turn the key to the symbol that looks like a snake with two heads.
I thought we were going to the Demon Hold.
I thought we were going to the Aquatis place.
You begin to turn towards that way. You guys haven't matched up any of the runes at all. And as you begin to turn that way, you hear the voice sort of say, "This'll be fun." And then the image begins to appear on the other side of the portal as the eyes disappear.
Oh, god damn it.
We were going to the Demon Hold because the Aquatis was not going to take us right where we came. And it would be a complete mystery going in with our hirelings and the horses, which is why we're going through the Demon Hold.
Oh, so we were going to go through the Demon Hold and then to our safe zone? That's what we decided?
Correct.
Okay, well then I wouldn't do the opposite of what the party would want. So I would turn the symbol to the symbol I think is the Demon Hold symbol.
Okay,
I'm not trying to screw the party over. I just forgot where it was we were going.
We know which one the Demon Hold is. It's the other two we don't.
I also want Ophelia to be safe, so I would try to pursue that path. I'm also very injured still, so I'm also trying to be very cautious.
Are the eyes still there?
The eyes are not. As soon as the key was turned, then the voice would have said, "This shall be fun." Okay, I'm just going to move you guys here, and then drop you off in the chandelier room. What you guys immediately notice inside, that without the aid of your light, it is pitch black. In the far off corner down the stairs, you see something faintly illuminated, and that is what you guess is the portal to the prison area that is still going, but it seems like all the lights or anything in this place that would have been operational has been sort of dimmed and turned off.
Just remembering back from when we left the room, if I listen carefully, could I still hear? Could I hear possibly the monster that was left in the pit when we left it?
Give me a perception check.
No, not persuasion. Why is it on? God dang it. This wouldn't have worked anyway.
The sound of your beating heart seems to be overpowering your ears at the moment. You're very nervous. It's beating very fast. There's no undead retinue to greet you. All the lights in the chandeliers are off. it's just dead quiet.
Mark, I have dark vision. Can I penetrate through the darkness?
Yes, it's just dark. I mean, you can get your 30 feet out of vision, and then back beyond that dimness, it's just abyssal black. Yes, I'm just not going to pull all those tokens on. Everybody is now inside the chandelier room.
Zerak, we should get that door open and get everybody in as fast as we can.
Okay, is that something I do?
That's what
I
the
can
key.
just- I can
The
just
key with you have.
Yeah, I touch the key and think of a black gate that I've seen.
No, you go up to the black gate and speak the words Midnight Garden. Twilight Garden. And it should open up.
Okay, this gate over here at the far end of the hallway. So Zerak will confidently march forward, trusting that Falk's spell is accurate.
Where are you going? This one where we just came through.
Oh, I just asked if it was the shiny gate on the other side of the room, and nobody answered, so. Okay. I will approach this symbol and use my key and speak the word Midnight Garden.
Twilight Garden.
Twilight Garden.
You speak it, the gate begins to shimmer, and then you see the outline of the garden on the other side as you guys begin to usher everybody in. Does everybody go, or are you just making sure you get the higher
we
ladder?
all were going because everyone
Yeah,
was hurt.
I think we're all going in there too. I mean, I know I am to make sure everybody's set up okay. And none of the plants are going to eat our hirelings.
I'm gonna keep the skeleton out because last time I checked, the plants, I saw the plants eat dead things. So
Yes, they do.
Do you have to be on the same plane of existence to keep concentration and control of your skeleton?
once the spell ends, the skeleton is still alive, but it just wanders. I'll pull up the spell card.
It becomes a wandering undead. That's how you get wandering undead in your world. By necromancers leaving their toys around when they walk away.
Okay, one by one, you guys begin to filter through the black gate into the scenic, sort of always dusk environment of the garden. There in the beginning, Faye sort of screams in kind of shock as she gets in, as the bodies of the apostles that you guys brought in here that were being devoured by the plants have now look like they've kind of stood up and are kind of standing in place as the vines seem to be holding them up, sort of piercing in and out of their flesh, out of their eye sockets and mouths, sort of coiling around them, almost like very macabre scarecrows.
Well, that's not the worst greeting I've seen so far.
Mark, before I go in, do I turn around? Do I look see if maybe something's watching us, or do I get the feeling that we're being watched in this room, walking through the portal?
Give me a perception check or an insight check. One is to look to see, or one is to feel to see.
I'll try to perceive while you insight.
I'm going to say that you're inside already, because he was the only one that said he wanted to hang back and look. You have a gut feeling, Falk, as you're sort of the last one in. as you sort of look back, you get the feeling that something is kind of watching you, or it could be maybe just your imagination at this point. But there's that sort of survival instinct, like when you're out in the woods and you feel something watching you.
Oh yeah, I know that feeling well in real life.
Let's see here. Okay, so this is kind of like what they're starting to look like. At least the closest approximation of a picture I can find.
We left some dead bodies in Parash's closet. These are the different ones. These are the ones that are going through the liches.
So they've kind of been stood up as like the plants are beginning to take root and kind of take over their bodies and pierce the flesh and go in and out. So this is kind of what you're looking like.
Jesus.
Oh God, it's terrifying.
So, Mark, my intention as Zarak is to march forward into this zone by the water. And I'm going to begin ritually casting alarm around the lake. And I can cover a 20-foot cube with each casting, so I'm just kind of overlapping it so that they can camp out by the water for the next 8 hours anyway without being afraid of something sneaking up on them. If something any bigger than a tiny object crosses the line, I'll just have it do an audible alarm to those present in the space, and it should alert me as well. But it only lasts 8 hours.
Valeria, give me an intelligence check. Okay. That was her, Valeria. She brought up something. What would you guys like to do as Zarak takes 40 minutes to ritually cast alarm around the lake?
Mark, I've never seen these plant things before, have I?
You have not.
And I could definitely, I realized these were, I could probably put two and two together. These were most likely the people we threw in.
Yes. They're sort of sprouting exactly where you guys kind of dumped them.
Being on the safe side, since we're leaving my new compatriots, followers and horses in here, I'm going to take out my dagger and drive it into the chest of one of them and carve it open. And I just want to make sure so this thing doesn't reanimate for some reason. I
know you're gonna get it off beforehand. I was trying to get a word in, but I would probably call out to warn you as you're doing it, just recalling things we've seen in the past. But you kind of started before I can get that word out, so you're probably still gonna stab it.
Yeah, you're like, wait, stab, and then they carve and pry the chest open, and I just want to do an autopsy on this thing.
Okay. You take your dagger and then you stab, and you hear what sounds like the breaking of glass, sort of muffled by mossy flesh, and you begin to cut. And you peel away, and it's not so much blood, but sort of sappy black ichor that starts to kind of ooze out slowly. And you sort of take your hands and you sort of open up the chest cavity a little bit more from where you had it. And there you see where the heart should be. It's just a mass of roots surrounding now what seems to be a crushed, sort of flimsy greenish glass casing full of melted flesh, black ichor.
I'm going to cut that thing out.
Okay, so you cut it out, and it's a wad of black ichor flesh, mass, and roots. Like it's crushed, broken. It's in your hands.
And then I'm going to go up to the others and do the same thing.
Okay. I
Seeing
believe this
as
is 4 bodies.
nothing's
4
going
bodies, and you do the same thing.
I would ask, hey Fallon, do you think lopping off their heads will help even more? Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Well, considering it didn't do what I thought might happen, yeah, just might.
Okay, you guys cut off the heads, and the heads sort of fall and bounce to the ground, and they're still just kind of standing there, headless, big old holes in their chest. The plant's still sort of absorbing what's there.
No, that's fine. As long as their heads are out, I cut out their hearts. I'm just making sure these things don't come to life and kill the people in here and the horses, and then basically screw us over.
We
Okay.
have a few hours to keep an eye on them, as you can see the limbs.
Yeah, I was more worried about the long game about when we left.
Yeah, I know. I'm merely stating we should still keep an eye out. Even a corpse without a head could still pop back up. And these things are being absorbed by this land. So, maybe take a second look as we're leaving.
Okay, you guys are going to hunker down for a long rest?
Yeah, and I will, when we're hunkering down, I will let the party know that I get this feeling they know about the garden and they know that we're here.
Out of curiosity, Mark, I don't know how long it's been since our last full rest, but are we going to have to full rest for more than 8 hours to benefit? Because I don't know if we made it 16 hours of adventuring the previous day.
You guys didn't adventure for 16 hours, but you completed a long rest, and you guys just kind of sat around and lounged and rested because you had to kill time. Because you guys literally woke up, ran in for 3 hours, and then jumped directly into here and kind of like, okay, we're done for the day. So you guys killed.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. If we're going to be here for, 18 hours to benefit from a full rest with our hirelings, then I'm gonna change my spells. I'm gonna study some magic.
Okay, yeah, you guys definitely adventured with your sort of standing around and deliberating and just kind of like talking and exploring different rooms. You guys are definitely walking around for a good 9 to 10 hours this last day.
I am probably gonna create a salve then during this time.
How much gold do you have left for that? So I think you had 105, and then you ate 5 gold points worth to get your water breathing, because it was 105 the last time I checked it.
So then it's actually at 100.
So you'll have 100 left. Okay. Okay, so are you guys long resting or short resting?
That's what I'm debating. I did not think we were long resting. Otherwise, I wouldn't have started casting alarm everywhere. I figured if we were going to be here, then I don't need to cast alarm everywhere. I did this because I thought we were leaving them here.
Okay.
So there's a little bit of confusion on whether or not we need to full rest or we can short rest. As far as Zerak is a PC, I can short rest and continue. I still have 6 spell slots, and I just redid my ward. I'm okay with making sure we don't waste any more time. We just wanted to make sure our horses and hirelings were secure before we went back into danger.
Okay.
That's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the horses are drinking out of the water. They're sort of grazing around on the grass. Very, very happy. The hirelings are kind of unsure of what they're seeing, as this is very strange to them. This sort of, they know they're inside, but it looks like they're outside, and it's kind of blowing their minds.
Well, I try to assure them that the water is clean. I wouldn't spend too much time dallying around the strange architecture in this place, or get too near the vines. But you should be safe here, and for the next 8 hours, if something trespasses on this ground, I'll know about it. So my intention was we would go back out and adventure for at least 8 more hours, and then come back in full rest. That was what I thought we were doing, but...
I'm good with that, but I'm down 6 spells.
Yeah, I know we're all at about half strength. I don't know what Valeria's got left, but... I mean... Yeah, Elisa's got that. I'll spend a hit die then.
And I am out of hit dice
Definitely
now.
need the health. The short rest would be fine just to make sure.
I love when I roll 1s on my hit die. Elise, did you roll your Song of Rest?
The Song of Rest stack?
No,
No,
it does not.
you have to take the higher one of the two.
So it looks like the higher one is 4.
Yeah, I got a 4. So add a 4 to the hit dice.
Okay, so I get 5 health back because I rolled a frickin' 1. I might spend 1 more hit die. Let's see.
Yeah.
Hey, we
Zero.
rolled one. We both
There we
rolled
go.
one.
5. I rolled a 5. So that's 6 plus 4 is 10 hit points. I'm almost fully healed. Woohoo! But I'm down to 1 hit die remaining. So yeah, we really would. This would be it. I would be spent after this excursion.
But yeah, I will let the party know that I get this feeling that about we were watched not only coming in, obviously, but also coming in to the garden.
We should definitely.
Wow, look at Valeria showing off that 4th level spell power. I'm not there yet, girl. So you are a more powerful magician than I. I don't have any 4th level spells. I can't harness magic that powerful yet.
Okay, so hit dice has been rolled. Those of you that are capable of making a potion or salve during a short rest, you have this time to decide if you wish to do that. Otherwise, I'm going to have you guys group up on the south side of the map again, and I'm going to move you to a different area, but it just depends on where now you guys want to go.
I will just have tell Zarek we need to focus on the Kraken chamber because that's where we were venturing last.
I agree. I want to go back to where we ended our excursion into the Aquarius place.
A quick question. If I, in the time that we were resting, and I focused on making something like the blood paste, could I don't know how many I would whip up in that amount of time.
You can whip up as many as you like. Usually you can make one per short rest. If you wish to try to make more, we can roll a intelligence check, and then that'll determine if you're able to make more. But then you might have a super happy fun time.
A random effect.
So
we definitely do need the health, so I'm gonna risk it. If anything happens, I am totally blaming it on myself.
okay, how many are you going to try to make?
I am going to try to make. Let's see, judging from the last fight that we've had, about 2, 4. Yeah, I'll probably try to make at least. I'll try to whip up like 7 of them as much as I could.
Oh, okay. Wow. Roll a D100.
Oh boy.
I thought you were going to say like 2 or 3.
I wanted to do 2 or 3, but
'Cause
remembering the last fight.
Basically, what's happening right now is, being an alchemist, you're very strict in what you measure out, mix, and put together. There are codes that you must follow, proper ratios. If something is even a little bit off, it could be absolutely disastrous. So what you're doing in essence is messing with the ratios now and compounding all these different things together in larger quantities than what you've been told to do. And so you're like, okay, if I just use 7 of the same measurement of each thing I need, this should work, right? And that's what you're kind of playing with right now.
Because I want to do the little bits, but remembering the fights and how close we've come, a part of me does not want to take the chances again. And I'm going to...
If you're gonna try to make that, I need you to roll me a D100.
While we're waiting, who cannot see in the dark naturally?
I can't.
I will go up to you and hand you my lantern.
Thanks. I was expecting you to do some more of your creepy magic, but this'll do.
The lantern produces a green flame.
Rudy,
Great flame.
and Zarak are the only 3 that can't see in the dark.
Lilmar, give me a dexterity saving.
Oh no!
Okay, so you'll take 7 points of fire damage as the concoction was not successful. And it has blown up. Now, what I need you to do is I need you to subtract however much it costs to make 7 blood pastes.
Okay, that'd be... I remember on here about 70 gold worth of supplies.
So let's see, your blood paste costs 10, so that's 70 gold points of your alchemical supplies.
Yep. And what's funny enough is that's the amount of health I just gained back from my short rest.
As you were sort of leaning over it, adding it in, and you started to notice that it was starting to give off heat, an unnatural heat. It shouldn't actually be heating up like this. It's a little bit, it's starting to bubble, and as the smoke comes up, and you sort of try to push it away as it just kind of chemically explodes, sort of showering you with the hot, burning, sticky liquid. As you're trying to sort of get that off of your skin, you kind of jump into the water, and Faye is even more terrified because something just blew up. The horses are a little spooked.
I'll just surface my eyes, peering and looking at what could have been such a brilliant idea.
It definitely would have helped, but 7 was definitely a reach.
Right. Definitely going to lower the ratio next time.
Okay, go ahead and drag yourself down to the bottom group there. I'm just going to line everybody up.
So yeah, Rudy, you now have my trinket, my lantern.
Thank you.
I think doesn't Xerac need? Well, he needs to be near it. I don't know if he needs to be in the front, but never mind.
So you gave Rudy your lantern?
Like, yeah. So just in case, her and Xerac are the only ones who can't see, and I figured just in case, here's my lantern that produces a green flame that never runs out.
I have my light spell. I'm not worried about dark.
So you watch as Xerac walks up, holds the master key to the glyph gate, and he says, Kraken Room, Aquatus. And you watch as it begins to shimmer, and then the briefest scent of salt water begins to pervade out, and you guys begin to step one by one. Rudy, in your head, you hear a voice. You're not Falk. I don't like this.
Who are you?
Put me back. You smell funny.
Excuse me? She's saying this out loud.
What?
You don't hear that?
No.
Where are you?
Are you alright, Rudy?
No, I'm not.
Oh no, you're starting to hear things in your head too? Oh, I thought that only happened outside.
I feel too clean. And the light kind of dims a little.
I will hand the lantern back to Falcon, and I'm just like, maybe you should hold on to this instead. Apparently, it doesn't like.
Very confused. I take it back. Okay.
You take it back and you look at your lantern and you kind of shake it, and then the flame kind of comes back up to its regular size. Nothing really happened.
Okay. I will keep it lit for just so we do have more light, and I'll put it on my hip.
I will prestidigitate a bar of soap and wash my hands.
Mark, is my coin still active, or do I need to flip it again?
Your coin is still active.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys have arrived back into the very still, dark pool room where the malformed Kraken was.
Well then, who's got the map?
I have the map. I'll unfurl the map, but I'm looking at it here on my screen too.
Over there.
Well, there's only one way to go, so.
You guys know that the door to the north, or the corridor to the north, takes you back into the Demon Hold.
Yep. So there's only one direction to go.
Are these doors locked?
You take a hold of the handles and you push it down. It is not locked.
Do I open it toward me or away?
You push it away from you.
I'm gonna try to crack it open and peer inside.
You crack it open and you see a hallway that goes about 20 feet before it curves to the right.
Clear. And I open the door.
Is the hallway lit, Mark?
I believe there should be some dim light in the hallway.
Okay.
Give me one quick second. No, it is dark.
Okay. I make sure my crystal is outside of my robes. So I have my chest light on. And I will follow Thalion and Garshap.
Push the door all the way open.
As Valiant steps in, I kind of stop and kind of kneel down, petting Garshadow as he kind of sniffs the air just to see if he smells another person in there.
Okay, give me a perception check for Garshadow. He sniffs. There's definitely something ahead. He smells something, though he doesn't know what it is.
Everyone, I would suggest just having your weapons ready. Drillman, do you mind leading the front with me? Your eyes are better at finding traps.
Were you asking Moonlight?
Drummond. He was asking Drummond.
Oh, Drummond. Okay, good. Yeah, I didn't want to send Moonlight off by himself.
I don't often get compared to an owl, but I will assume you were complimenting me. Thank you.
Yes, fast as an owl.
And as ferocious, too.
Might as well take a quick glance down this little pathway here, see if there's anything obviously trapped.
Okay, give me a perception check. Are you glancing down the hallway, or are you specifically searching for traps?
I think I'll specifically search for traps.
Okay, so you begin to sort of move forward and sort of touch the walls a little bit and look around. Give me an investigation check. Everything looks in order. However, the further down the hallway you get, you begin to hear what sounds like the clinking of metal. Heavy metal. And the sounds of scraping.
Like something metal walking around or something? Like somebody's dragging something or more?
Yeah, it sounds like a dragging metal noise. And it's heavy. Clink, clink, clink. Clink, 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 clink.
So, Thalion, I don't think there's anything in this, no traps in this
As
hallway.
Garshadow moves there, a small dart shoots out from the wall in the top corner towards Garshadow.
Except for that trap, of course, yes.
12. I think that misses Garshadow.
It does.
So almost imperceptibly, if it wasn't for his good hearing, he sort of ducks as a dart ping, shoots and just clangs off the wall, causing a spark as the metal hits the wall. And you see him sort of move backwards, and you watch as the stone right here begins to slowly rise.
Noticing that, I look over my shoulder to Zerak and say, follow the same steps that we take. Droman, which ones did you take to get there?
I've just walked along this this wall here.
Valeria, if you wish to step in front of me, you may. They might need your assistance as darts are coming out of the walls and practically spearing them in the eyeballs.
Drummond, you step there just at the base of the steps. A dart shoots out from behind. 12, which I believe misses. It's that itching feeling in the back of your neck, and you quickly press yourself up against the wall as a dart ping causes a spark as it hits off the stair, and you watch as the stone begins to slide up and reset.
Which one did it? Okay. Seeing that, I test the one right in front of me with the blunt end of the halberd.
You smack it with your halberd, and it feels like solid stone. The sound's getting louder, Drummond. Clink, 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 clink.
So just to be clear, I am going to be moving stealthily. So,
Okay, go ahead and give me a stealth check. Thalion, give me a stealth check as you're walking behind Drummond, who's obviously walking stealth. And I believe your stealth check's at disadvantage. Drummond, you are quiet as a mouse, but you hear this clanking of scale mail and loud bangings with the blunt end of a halberd on stone as Thalion is smacking everything in front of him to make sure that he doesn't set off a trap.
shh, there's something up ahead.
Hearing Droman say that, I stop right where I'm at, knowing this new awkward is really loud. And I'll kind of just motion the guard shadow to kind of fall ahead of me.
Drummond, what you see as you crawl over, or sort of walk over towards the corner and peek around, there are gigantic steel bolts driven into the stone floor of this immense area.
I'm going to peek around the corner.
To each one is attached heavy metal chains. I'll have to move maps once everybody gets closer, but everybody's kind of straggling behind. These trail down into another large pool of water situated in between sort of this northern curving and southern staircases on each side. You can start to see the makings of the staircase, at least here on the north side. And you see that the door here on the north curves up towards a set of double doors. Two enormous globes of water float and suspend in the air on the stone. I need everybody to move and position themselves in and around the stairs in the order that they're going to be arriving and moving. But still be careful while you move. Oh, as Gar Shadow steps there. Worst traps ever. This one just sort of breaks and jams itself into the hole and nothing actually happens, but there's just a depression in the top step that's now beginning to reset itself. The trap has killed itself, pretty much. Okay, so we'll have Rudy, Falk. All right, I'm just going to copy paste everybody here. Okay, so you guys see the large body of water, the large metal bolts with the chains going into the water, and here you see the large blue spheres, which should have a picture on it.
I wonder what could be anchored at the bottom of those chains.
I don't think if we want to find out.
I kind of wanted. I kind of do.
I would be very curious why something would have to be chained in a lake. Might make a good journal entry.
Well, curiosity did kill the cat. I look at Dark Shadow.
Growls at you.
Maybe it's another one of those tentacle things we fought.
To answer Valeria's question, I would say I think we're looking for another key. However, it might be guarded by one of these creatures or in the possession of a potential ally, which we could use more of.
As you guys are in this pool-like environment, your voices are echoing and carrying. Even as quiet as you're speaking together, you can feel your voice kind of amplified just by the stones. It has like this natural inner auditorium sort of feel. And you heard it when Thalion was kind of knocking on the stone. It was sort of echo.
So we're like in an indoor public swimming pool where everything just echoes.
Kind of.
I'm gonna step up to this door over here and see if it's opened or locked.
Okay. As you step in, you watch the chains go taut, and the middle of the pool area here begins to bubble and move, and it looks like something is rushing towards the surface. As breaking the water, and landing on here, still chained, looks to be a massive fucking turtle.
Okay. Question solved.
Oh dear.
And it's still chained, right?
It's still chained, and you see that it looks towards you guys, and there is a deep, bellowing growl that is exuding from this thing.
Do the when it are the chains like wrapped around it, or are the chains like hammer and nail into this thing?
You can see that it's piercing its flesh, sort of trying to keep it back at bay, but you don't know how long the chain is.
Right.
I'm gonna keep going, my tiptoe, kind of like tiptoeing around a dog, like, it's okay, I'm not coming
And
towards you.
you watch now as its legs begin to paddle unerringly fast. And then you watch as the chains go taut, as it sort of lands on its stomach, and the neck sort of goes up, and it's just like snapping, like right here.
Which chain was this one attached to? 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's all these chains are attached to it.
Wait, Give me 10 minutes and I can speak with it.
Where
How
was
do
it
you know?
snapping? Was its reach like right in front of Rudy and Garcia?
It's right in front of Rudy, is like standing back with her hands up as the thing is snapping with its mouth.
I kind of instinctively reach for Garcia to make sure he doesn't lunge at this new creature.
I start ritually casting Speak with Animals.
Okay.
I am going to sidestep towards Drummond.
And the head is just following you. As the chains are taut on it, and it's just trying to reach you and snap at you.
Oh, it likes me.
I don't think that's liking by how it's acting.
Hey, there's many different types of liking things.
And now you start to hear what sounds like the stretching of metal.
I move slightly faster than normal.
One of the chains break, and you watch the front flipper sort of extend, and now it begins snapping. Watching as you move away, it now begins snapping towards Valeria, kind of making you take a step back, Valeria, as it just got a little bit closer, and you start to hear what sounds like one of the other chains being pushed to its limit begin to sort of.
Now would be a good time
About
to
this
stop.
time,
Valeria,
Falk,
move.
your ritual is complete.
I will speak. I was, trying to. I will speak to. Stop. We're here to help.
Give me a give me an animal handling check, since all of you guys are dressed up as the bad guys. Well, except for
Are we?
everybody's still wearing the swordsman outfits. Nobody said they changed out of them.
I'm no longer looking like the Lich, though. But okay. Nope.
Why can't I find anything that's going on here?
When you get a chance, I am close. I'd like to check the door, see if it's unlocked. Or...
The door is locked. Falk, as you sort of try to speak to it, still kind of hiding behind everybody else that looks and dresses up like a swordsman and one of the apostles. It's not really listening to what you have to say. Drummond, the door is locked.
Are there any sounds behind it?
Give me a perception check. The sound is coming even more, Falk.
We're not who you think we are.
And you hear in your mind, pay for what you did.
Is that draconic? I hear.
No, you're hearing the language of the animal, since you cast Speak with Animal.
Okay. I'm okay. Wait. Speaking. Okay. But they are not. We are not with Mother.
Oh, fun fact, Leomorn,
Yes?
you actually understood that, because he was speaking in Aquan, which is a primordial language.
No way.
So you heard him say in Aquan, pay, you will pay for what you did to me.
I will. I guess after realizing, I'll move up next to Thalion and I'll undo the top part of my disguise. Well, with one hand. Well, or I'll with one hand and then hold it up and try to speak back to it.
Drummond, as you're sort of up by the door, just the noises of Falk sort of yelling out in this room to speak to this turtle as another one of the metal chains break and sort of land on the ground, and scrape against the stone. You really can't hear anything on the other side of this room because it is almost deafeningly loud on this side.
I'll undo the top part of the, like at least the face mask if it's covered, and I'll speak back to it. We're not here to hurt you. We're not with them.
Then set me free.
What's it saying, guys?
If you allow me to get close, I will set you free.
Give me a
Pick the store.
persuasion check.
What is he saying? Can anyone understand him?
Easy. Don't be excited.
I think he said.
No, I mean, what is Falk and Leomorn saying?
I think they're saying as well.
I think they're talking to the
You actually hear Falk.
turtle.
You've heard Falk saying everything in common. Leomorn, however, is speaking in a strange language, like his mouth is full of water.
I will ready an action to cast a spell if they release that creature.
Falky watches it sort of backed up a little bit, and the head kind of retracts back into its shell, and it sort of turns to the other two chains that are pierced deeply into its flesh.
Now, nobody do anything. I'm gonna need my friend here at Point the Thalion to help pull on these chains.
Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to approach it and start talking to it. Just, how long have you been down here?
Free me.
Thalion, get over here.
We'll try to, but I want to know who you are first.
Now, I can't speak its language, but I am good with animals. I want to try to give off the vibe that I'm being friendly and concerning, seeing that they're trying to be persuasive with the creature. And I will go.
You watch its massive pizza pie, like 24-inch round eye, just sort of looking at you as you walk up Valiant.
And remembering that they kind of removed the face mask, I'll remove that too. Kind of showing the elf ears and the armor underneath and stuff. And I'll try to be, what's the word?
Careful.
Now, getting a closer look at these chains, and then looking at the other chains, do these look like they were screwed in or they were hammered in?
They look like they are embedded. Like you can see the chain links going into the flesh, and you don't know how deep they go.
I am going to slowly approach it and... What is your name? You look absolutely beautiful. I've never seen one of you.
So,
I look over to Leomorn at this point as I'm filling on the chains. I'm like, ask him if this is too deep and if it'll be painful to pull out, or if I should chop them.
I was gonna tell him this is gonna hurt, and we're gonna tell Thalion. I was gonna say we're gonna pull.
The anchor, you fool!
Why would you want
I want to make sure we have an escape.
anchors pulled out?
You see it start to lose its patience.
I am legitimately confused about the anchor.
So the chains
say
are
that?
in its flesh. You can see the other chains still embedded to the right side of his body, and the broken part still dangling off in here. There's no obvious lock or way to take this off at his body. He told you the anchors, you fool.
I'll quickly point over. It's like, go help Thalion with the anchors. Wow.
Drummond, give me a lockpicking check.
I turn to you, Elise, and say, is it just me, or does it look like they're attempting to free that thing?
I think they are.
Drummond,
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a
pick.
little concerned. That thing looked like it was about ready to eat us.
It did look like it would swallow us whole, but I now have a hypothesis. I'm going to stand here and watch my hypothesis unfold.
Drummond, you try to pick through the door.
I boldly
and
run
just
to the door as
sound
soon as Roman gets it open.
And the sound of everything kind of going on in the background is quite distracting, and you're not able to pick the lock.
Okay, so going up to these anchors, Mark, how are they embedded in here? What is it that I see exactly?
You see a large eye hook, and the chains put directly on it. As you look at the eye hook, you see a circular indentation, probably about an inch in diameter, embedded into the top chain. And you see this circular indentation on this one and this one.
I'm gonna try to keep its mind distracted from the pain, like asking its name, how these creatures caught it.
Why does that matter?
I'm trying to pull these free while he's talking to him.
I mean, you're pulling with all your strength on these, and they're not budging.
Because I've met another who could speak as well as you can, but it's hard to grasp something so majestic to be captured by these heathens.
Good fucking god. Falk, we'll just say that you have the random inspiration to stick a glyph key, your master key, inside that 1-inch diameter indentation in the chain.
I will call out Zirak. We need you.
Drummond, go ahead and give me another lockpicking check.
You need me for what?
I think he needs help with the anchors. Quick, get over there.
I think he needs help with magic and stuff.
It is not my intention to release this creature. I think that is folly. I have a prepared action to cast Serpent's Gaze on this creature as soon as you unchain it.
This may be a potential ally. Just because it looks like a creature doesn't mean it's going to be an enemy. Right now, it's giving us the option.
Okay, well, I'll wait to see how it plays out.
Oh, bloody
Sounds like we may need the glyph key in order to do this, though.
I'll throw the glyph key as hard as I can at Falk.
Oh, no.
So you have the anchor embedded with the eye hook, and then you have the links of chain going up off of it with a small 1-inch diameter circle indentation on the eye hook.
Oh, thank you. I will go, since I'm not sure how far Zurek can actually throw, I'll go to try and retrieve the glyph key and then...
Okay, give me a dexterity check as he throws it. You're trying to catch it.
Oh, no.
Falk, give me a dexterity save.
Save or check?
Save.
Save.
Valiant
man.
misses it. It spins in the air, it hits the marble, and it starts flying towards the water as Falk dives for it and catches it before it splashes into the water and sinks.
Wait, it sank?
No, you caught it. With your
Okay.
Oh my god, that was too close.
Falk, you passed the test. Good job.
Pass it to me next time. Pass it to me. I'm right here.
I will take the glyph key and put it up against the hole.
You stick it in, and you watch as, in a very sickening sort of way, his body begins to excrete the chain. But you look at his face as it does so, and instead of pain, you see that there's actually a sense of relief as the chain seems to just ooze out of his skin. And you watch as a large, barbed arrowhead-like harpoon point in the front sort of clanks to the ground, and the second one does so. And you watch as the two broken chains sort of retreat into the water as you guys kind of do this to each one. And then the broken pieces on his body begin to excrete out of his skin and land before the chains themselves begin to snake and move towards the water before vanishing in. And now the dragon turtle is free. Droman, the door has been picked.
Yeah, I just had to see how this turned out. I've never seen somebody swallowed by a turtle before.
Will you be able
She
to
thinks on the
leave
face.
this place through the water?
I cannot. Set me free from this place.
How did they capture such a majestic beast like yourself?
Why does that matter? And he gets angry.
We
You
will
can tell that
set,
maybe he doesn't like people asking him, like, hey, how'd you fuck up, bro?
so we will set you free. Can you tell us more about this room? What are these glowing orbs?
They move things.
Move things.
Can they move you?
No. I will not let it.
Will not let it.
Okay, fair enough. We will find a way to set you free, along with every other prisoner here.
They brought in through gate. Take me to gate. Set me free.
Which gate?
Black one.
Blackgate.
From which direction?
Top.
Will you be able to fit through the hallway?
And you can tell that he could probably squeeze his way through there.
Okay. The problem is we only know of a mountain pass. Unless you can help us some way to get you back to your home through that gate, you will wind up at the top of a mountain.
Can you tell us what these glowing balls of blue are down here?
He says they move things.
So, like what?
He doesn't say, though I don't think he wants to.
Do you know what kind of things those glowing orbs move?
Water thing.
Water things.
I would like to take a closer look, but I'm very uneasy around this dragon turtle. So I'm slink along the wall here, being careful not to get too close to him.
From what I can see in this other room, it looks like a portable aquarium.
Yeah, and I want to get down closer to this thing and inspect it, see if I can determine what its purpose is.
Okay, as you walk up close to the large water globe, you see that it's floating about 5 feet off the floor, just kind of suspended. Very similar to the spell that Dumbledore used in Order of the Phoenix, as he sort of had Voldemort trapped inside just that floating ball of water of rushing, moving around.
Okay, I
Go
can
ahead and
imagine
give me an intelligence check as you move closer. You feel what seems to be a gravitational pull towards it, but you hold yourself back. And now you feel that I can control this thing. And you sort of begin to move it around the room with your mind. And then move it back.
Look at that, Falk. I can control the weave all around me, even someone else's weave.
Very nice. Mark, I'm trying to figure out how to get him back to where he's originally from, and he said he came through a black gate.
What if I move this water thing on top of it?
No.
Maybe it'll suck it into a water elemental plane or something.
No, do it. He does not want that.
When you were
Well.
repeating your questions, you said he came through a gate up top.
A black gate. A black gate on top.
Could it
Probably
be
the
past
gate where we
these
just
doors?
came from. I'm just trying to figure out how we don't wind him back to the top of a mountain where we could send him back to where he came from.
Except
But I don't know how to.
upstairs. So if he said up top, could it be through these stairs heading up through this way that Drone just unlocked?
Maybe there's a portal at the bottom of the lake, and that's why he was chained, so he wouldn't swim out through the bottom of it.
I did ask him that if he can escape to the bottom. He said he cannot.
Here's an easy answer. Ask him if it was through the doors that Drone is standing in front of.
Give me a key. I will go.
We can't give it to you. That's the thing. We need it as well. Wait, I got an idea. I'm gonna escort him back, and then I'm gonna go. Did you come through a beach or the bottom of the ocean?
From there, Drummond, you peek up through the door as you kind of open it up, and you hear what seems to be like chanting. You look, and you can see a pool that's sort of exuding out this bluish smoke. What seem to be people standing in this waist-deep water. And let me see what you can see. Oh yeah. And you look into the room that's sort of dimly lit, and you can see what seems to be a large bowl-like structure with sand on the bottom, a castle inside, and what looks to be a very large shark swimming around this bowl. And sort of moving around is this tiny little hairy thing that's sort of stroking it lovingly. And you watch as he points a finger, and you watch as one of the humans begins to walk out of the pool towards the glass. and you watch as it moves into the glass, like swoop, goes through it, and you watch as the shark circles around and takes it, and the water inside sort of clouds with red, and then it sort of begins to reset as the shark begins to eat it, and you see the small hairy thing sort of dancing, having the best time of its life. Falk, what do you do?
Well, I asked him if he came on a beach or was it through like the bottom of the ocean
They pulled me from ocean.
onto land.
Give me gate, key, I know place to go inside.
Well, I was gonna come with you because we need the key back and to open. That way we can keep the key, and you go free, and I'm able to come back and rejoin my companion.
You die. I would not.
Ask him if he came through the doors up here, and then we can just escort him to the gate.
But we can.
Ask so specifically, and point to this door up here.
Did you come through? Did you come through these steps up here, or did you come through these doors?
I came through top.
Okay.
Sort of
He
points up
came up
towards
this way
landward.
where the gate is. So I'm gonna escort him back up, and then I'm going to try to open the gate for him to where he's from. With that,
Only fluoro upstairs.
only fluoro.
Take me to gate. Free me.
We will take you to the gate, and I start walking towards the gate.
I'll accompany him because I
Cool.
also understand him.
Okay, so you guys start moving this way towards the stairs, and you watch as he begins to kind of squeeze his way in behind you. Drummond, after seeing the person walk into the fishbowl, what do you do?
Well, that guy's definitely crazy. Where'd the turtle?
And you see him kind of like dancing a little bit more, and then he watches, but right before you turn around, he points a finger towards another one, and he's still just kind of dancing in place. As you turn around and you watch as the turtle begins to scrape its way through the hallway that you guys just walked through.
Probably gonna ask. Go ahead.
So this guy's just feeding his shark back here with people, but it looks like there's another door down there, so we don't actually need to go talk to him if we don't want.
So it's
And-
just one enemy in there with a shark, and a bunch of sacrifices.
Yep.
I'm probably gonna ask as we're leading it. How long have you been kept down there?
Lord, it's a murder! And you see him start
Stop asking those questions.
Because the more I know, the more I can figure out a way how to
Yeah,
stop
but
them
you're-
from doing this.
But you're pissing it off.
The more you can trap people like me.
Do I look like I can trap them?
Yes, you're still dressed like the people who captured him.
Just so that we could take down these assholes.
They don't know that. Let's just get them out of here.
That's they're trying to.
Your argument's being invalid while you're wearing the clothes of the enemies that captured him. You're probably just a new recruit.
If I was a new recruit, I would incinerate myself right here on the steps.
So we get to the gate, And
what are you guys doing inside here? As Dromid is kind of looking towards the room and Rudy's moving around to get a better area. What are you guys doing? Well, they're sort of, this thing's squeezing through there, so it's moving at half of its movement, so they're going to take a while.
Well, if there's only one guy, we could take him.
How is he feeding them? Is he magically commanding them or something? Or
It looks to be some sort of mind control. They don't. Or they could be devout followers. I don't. I've never joined a
watch
cult.
as another person begins to move. And the shark just and the little guy's just dancing around, having a good time. Stroking the outside of the Another person begins to walk towards.
shall we take them?
I'm gonna kick the door open. Hold it right there.
God damn
without
Going to
okay.
stealth.
Dramatic entrance time.
Let's roll for initiative.
Do you want you want me to roll initiative as well?
Why not?
Oh dear. Alright.
So I kick the door open and I'm like, stop right there. And then Rudy's like, don't forget to pose. I'm like, oh, God. Mosquito pose. Red wasp pose.
I'm picturing you going to like the crane kick pose.
Wait, hold on. Let me try that again. Goes out, closes the door. Back.
-3.
How's that possible?
He's not very dexterous. I roll a crit and then a crit. Okay, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that should be everybody. Oh, that's right. They're going to move as a group, so I got to roll for them. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a surprise round. Moonlight.
Moonlight notices the commotion going on as the door is kicked in, but will take the dodge action and stay on Zerak's shoulder.
Okay. Garsha.
So Garshadow charges in and he kind of halts as he sees a floating bowl of water. Is this little guy in the pool also?
No, he's standing around it. From your point of view, he's on the backside kind of looking around it now.
eyeing him, but he's waiting for Thalian's command. Since Thalian isn't in the room, we can't see this just yet.
Okay. Leomorn, are you just going to move your movement towards the gate?
Yep, I'm just helping him along.
Thalian.
Oh, this thing is. Wait, no, it's not. It's just out of my reach. I will chuck a hand axe at this shark with the pool and see if I have any luck. Okay, I'm guessing the shark catches it and eats it.
You throw your axe, it goes over, it lands in the pool of water. You are, however, marked for advantage. As you sort of slip on the ground, it's kind of slimy underneath you. Just a random patch, and you kind of lose your balance.
And I will.
How much movement do you have?
I just realized I was actually stuck there. 35.
I was going to say, that's like 50 feet of movement you just did. Okay, Rudy.
Rudy's going to go right here, and she's going to pull out her sword, and she's going to use its ability to shoot lightning through this shark bowl and at this
Okay.
bazap. Now let me figure out how this works. So I'm just going to use its regular attack.
Oh, it's going to be a dexterity saving throw, and if you look at your weapon in your handout, it should have a set DC, because it's pretty much just the lightning spell, always at first level, I believe, and then the sword itself has its own DC. And then you just roll the 3d6 lightning after that, I believe.
I'm so confused.
So you should have a handout for your magic items on your notes. Items, Jeremy, Storm Song. In addition, you can make your action to shoot a bolt of lightning from the blade. When the spell attack is your intelligence modifier. That should be the spell DC. I completely messed that up.
So I make
pretty much you hold your sword out, and then you shoot a lightning bolt just like Leomorn would do, and I have to make a dexterity save using...
Yes, I make a spell attack against my target, and anybody directly between me and them have to make the dex save.
Is this like the Javelin of Lightning?
Yeah, I think that's similar to what it is.
Okay. So you're shooting at the shark bowl or the little guy?
I'm shooting at this guy, and the lightning's going through the shark bowl.
Okay. A 17 does hit the little guy.
So he takes 11 lightning, and the shark bowl must make a DC 12 dex save.
So you watch as your lightning hits the shark bowl, and then the lightning sort of goes around it, not doing anything to the shark bowl itself. No damage, doesn't seem to wobble. But the fluoro does take the 11 points of lightning damage on the backside as he kind of gets caught in the electricity web around the shark bowl. But you watch as the lightning doesn't dissipate from the shark bowl. There is now like a net of lightning along the outside of this thing as it just begins to sort of...
Ooh, that's pretty. My turn is finished.
Falk, just using your movement.
Yep, I'm just escorting our friend back home.
Valeria.
Really mad at it.
Let's watch this giant, undexterous thing try to make a dex save. 9. So he's gonna take that radiant damage.
And that ends my turn.
As the shark sort of takes it, gets angry, and then sort of goes through and hits the outer barrier and kind of bounces back, and then begins circling that little castle sitting within it. Drummond.
Alright, here we go. I'm gonna double move with my cunning. And then I'd like to use my action to try and push him into the shark bowl.
Okay. So it looks like we're going to do acrobatics versus athletics. So you're going to be pushing him, so you'll have to use your strength or athletics. And I'm going to be making a dexterity save.
Now, just warn you, I'm not very good at this, but I had to try it.
He ducks around. You sort of push, and then you sort of move as he kind of slips out of your way and spins around as your hands almost touch the outside, and you kind of pull it back.
Then I'm going to take a step back here.
And you can see that he's a tiny, tiny thing. As you get closer, he seems to be just this like mound of hair. You don't see really any eyes, but just like a large nose and mouth. It's a goofy look.
Made you flinch. That will be my turn.
Elise.
Ricky, I'm going to move 15, 15, 20. Whoop, come on. 25, 30. And okay, little guys there. 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Okay, he should be within range. I'm going to Vicious Mockery the Blub Ooze Fishbowl thing.
Okay. Okay. So this is a wisdom 14. So he just makes it.
Ah, dang it. It's a match.
With the noise of everything going on around, your insult sort of fell on deaf underwater shark ears.
Again.
Zero.
And that'll be the end of her turn.
Feeling a bit forlorn that I have to give up my control over the little water bubble. I'm going to move to my party to see what mischief they've gotten themselves. That's a double move.
Okay. Top of round 1 now. This little guy is going to look at you, Drummond, smile with its stupidly large mouth, and he's going to go invisible.
Oh, real nice.
Okay.
Moonlight is going to fly in the room because Zerak is telling him to get in there and see what. Hold on, I'm trying to grab just Moonlight. I'm having trouble. There we go. Alright, so that's 5. Flying up, I assume about 10 feet in the air. Sorry, didn't have the button pushed down. I'll fly 35 feet to there, and take the dodge action.
Okay. Karsh.
Seeing this guy went invisible, I'm going to call out for Garsha to go to where he was to try and pick up his scent and track him down. He was previously right here, right?
Yep. Okay, as you move there, you watch as the shark quickly swims to where he was as he went out of the shark's range. The shark is going to bite down at Garshadow with advantage because Garshadow does not have all his HP. 20.
20 will hit.
Garshadow will take 18 points of piercing damage as the shark takes a big old rip out of him. Oh, thank you, Rudy. And Garshadow takes an additional 1 point of lightning as the shark bowl seems to have been charged with electricity.
Is it still charged?
It's still charged. The electricity is still around it.
Garshadow yelps in pain, but follows the command and kind of sniffs in this direction.
Okay, he can use his action for a perception check.
disadvantage if he's using his sense of smell.
Okay. That would be the same as trying to find it with a stealth check. So I'll use his passive stealth. You just watch as Garshadow is continuously sniffing around that area, completely wary of the shark bowl and trying to do his best. You're not quite sure if he was able to pick up a scent.
He looks confused and then just ignore instead of his turn.
Okay, Leomorn, half your movement because the turtle's squeezing, so he's moving at half of his movement. So you guys have finally made it to the steps on the other side of that long hallway.
And I think, like, on the way over, I'll look over to Falk. Like, do you think they're going to be getting into any trouble while we're away?
And now you watch as the commoners this one's going to try to grapple you, Drummond.
Oh, great.
With their really bad the really bad commoner stats. Drummond, I need athletics or acrobatics. Okay, so you sort of slide away. This one begins to move forward. It's going to try to grapple Garshadow. Not going to do it. This one's going to move forward. It's going to try to grapple Drummond. As they're sort of walking towards you, Drummond, like zombies, and their hands are just starting to grab a hold of you. This one does get around your waist, and you're sort of trying to push this woman off your waist to get her off, as she's sort of like that infant, like toddler that grabs around your leg and kind of anchors you down and makes your leg heavy. That's kind of what she's doing. As this one comes out, she's going to stab at you with a dagger. For an 8 missing. Now this one, 15, 20, 25. Unless you wanted to take your attack of opportunity reaction thing from Polar Master Thalion.
No, not until then.
Okay, this one's going to come up and try to grapple you. Go ahead and give me athletics or acrobatics. Rudy, this one's going to come towards you and try to grapple you. Oh, damn, Thalion, you rolled a 9. Thalion, you are grappled.
I seem to be rolling bad today.
And this one is going to move up to Valeria and try to grapple her. Rudy, give me athletics or acrobatics, please. I don't think that one's going to grapple Valeria. As you sort of push this one away, as she kind of stumbles, and then she turns and kind of comes back to you, her arms out. Valeria, just for shits and giggles, roll me athletics or acrobatics check to avoid the grapple. Okay. That's their turn. Thalion, it is your turn.
Is this person light enough that me just charging away will break them off?
You're grappled, so you have no movement. You have to use your action to escape. Which is going to be, I believe, another contested strength check.
Strength or athletics?
Either or. Athletics, acrobatics to escape, and then I believe... well, no, I think this is just an escape of a DC, I think, because they're shitty, it's just a DC 10, I believe, for commoners. Yeah, you break free. You manage to sort of like move your arms out and break her hold around your chest, like in her sort of hug that's trying to keep you close. You do break free. Okay, she's gonna stab at you with a dagger. With advantage. $15. I don't think the 15 hits you.
Nope, misses.
Okay. She sort of slashes out with the dagger, and you feel it scrape against the hard chitinous scales of your dragon scale arm. We'll take the wrench off of you. Okay. Okay.
And I will end my turn since I used my action to break free.
Okay, sounds good. Rudy.
Rudy will take off her disguise and she goes, "We're here to save you!"
Give me a quick perception check, Rudy. As you kind of grab this person by the shoulders and kind of shake it a little bit and look into its eyes. You can see the eyes are glassy and foggy, and they have this perpetually dumb expression on their face.
Are they not there anymore?
You don't know if they're not there anymore, or they're just currently not in the right state of mind.
I would like to slap this person saying, "Snap out of it!"
Give me... You know what? I believe... Let me double check.
A persuasion? Intimidation? Performance? Acrobatics? I'm channeling Viari right now.
Give me a pure... You know what? No, not a pure charisma. Go ahead and give me persuasion as you slap them across the face. Slap. Shakes the heads, and you watch as the pupils go from pure dilation down to a focused bead as this woman's looking at you in confusion.
Are you clear-headed? I can give you another dose if you need.
All she says is she kind of looks around, "Where am I?" And she kind of drops the dagger in her hand.
I will shove her behind me, and I say, "Sit down."
And she kind of moves back against the wall. Is that the end of your turn?
I will call out to the rest of them. I go, I will call out when they're not in their right minds.
Okay. You guys hear Rudy sort of call out in defense of these random strangers. Falk, you'll move half your speed up. You finally caught up to Leomorn, who got all the way up to the top of the stairs. Now you guys are in the mouth of the large pool as the dragon turtle is slowly scraping behind you. One more round and you guys will make it to the Black Gate.
Okay.
Valeria. Carla, you there? Okay, go ahead and give me a persuasion check, Carla. Or persuasion if you're proficient. Otherwise, it'll just be a pure charisma check. Oh, wow. Slap! And you watch as this one comes to. There we go. Okay, bonus action, spiritual weapon. Go ahead and plop your weapon down. Go ahead and make your attack. Okay, the 9 will sadly miss, I think. No, the 9 hits. I apologize. I forgot about this thing's really shitty dexterity. Go ahead and roll damage. Is that the end of your turn? Okay. Drummond.
Alright, let's go ahead and try and slap somebody.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a acrobatics. Or are you just going to attack? Or you're going to slap it?
Wake up,
That's the one
person.
that's
This worked for everybody else. I can do this.
Okay, give me persuasion if you're proficient. Otherwise, it's just straight charisma. Slap. The grapple is let go as she sort of realizes that she's hugging you and then like pushes you away and then looks around confused.
Nani? I will say, yeah, I suppose I will stay here.
Okay.
And just get ready to slap the next person. I like.
A wake up slap. Gotcha. She's gonna move over here 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and she's gonna slap this person. Been a while since she slapped somebody.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion or charisma check. Okay, this one, you rake her right across the face and just kind of shake her. The eyes are still glassy, and you're watching now as she sort of focuses on you and starts bringing her dagger up to try to attack. You still have bonus action and more movement if you wish to use it.
This is gonna stay right there and be like, really?
All right, so I will move into the room, and I'm assuming that it's my turn. I didn't hear anything, but
It is your turn.
Okay. And I see that the commoners around here look confused and my allies are not attacking them. Their attacks seem to be directed at this giant shark bowl. Is that what we're attacking? I kind of holler out.
That you can see. You do see, however, the Drummond is being kind of surrounded by these commoners, while one of them he just viciously slapped across the face and kind of screamed to wake up, and now it's sort of like, oh man, what's going on?
Okay. I'm a little confused as to what's going on in here, but
it's a strange sight.
It is very
water with like this electric blue fog coming off of these two electric blue torches on the walls. There's like wet women in wet like night shift clothes, like pajamas, and there's a giant shark bowl. It's weird.
This is a very Narnia-like scene. Okay, I am going to. I guess I'm gonna try Druidcraft on the shark bowl. Not Druidcraft, sorry. My Druid spell, Frostbite.
Okay, go ahead and link that. What is this? A deck save?
It is a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, so he is. It's quite a robust-looking creature. So he does have some good constitution. But here we go. 9, it fails.
A 9 will fail, so it takes the 3 cold damage, but that's not its best. It gets disadvantage on its next attack.
Okay.
Before the end of its next turn, so it just starts to freeze up a little bit. Maybe the ice, the water turns slushy inside.
We'll give it the bleeding eye.
I turned it into a snow cone.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes, I will end my turn with that action.
Okay, the shark bowl is going to move its movement. 10, 15, 20. I need Elise to give me a dexterity saving throw as it begins to move over you, as you begin to get engulfed, and the commoner will attempt the same. The commoner fails. I think Elise just passed. Yep. Oh, wait. I think I made the wrong save. Nope, that is a correct save. Okay. Elise, you jump out of the way, and you watch as this commoner is now engulfed in this thing floating inside. That is going to be, I believe, the end of its turn. Yep, that's going to be the end of its turn. It used its action to engulf. Top of round 2. Elise, as you just jumped out of the way, well, let's see if it actually hits first. .23, Elise, as an arrow buries itself into your shoulder. You take 11 points of piercing and 6 points of psychic damage. As it hits you, there's this sort of screaming pain inside your head like an oncoming migraine. That is max damage, so your AC goes down by 1 as well. Okay. Moonlight.
Moonlight is going to fly by and try to puncture a hole in the shark bowl.
This is the most ridiculous monster.
So that's 45 feet of movement, so I'm just kind of flying by it, using the help action to try and distract it a little bit.
Hold on. Let me go back here. target must make a con save. Whoop. Target must make a con save. And it has disadvantage on the next weapon attack before the end. Okay. Okay, cool. Oh, wait. Okay, so he doesn't have disadvantage on his attack anymore because he used his action to engulf. So I'll take the frostbite disadvantage away because that was the end. Am I reading that correct? I really can't compute anything in my brain right now.
If it tries to make a weapon attack at the end of its next turn, which it just had, right, and it didn't make a weapon attack, so yeah, it would go away.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't wasting it.
Nope, you're right.
Hold on a second. Oh, wait. Oh, man. I wish my head was in a better space right now. I'm missing a lot of stuff. Okay, so this guy's dead. I'm just gonna move her off the map. The shark pretty much took care of her as soon as it entered her space. Elise, I'm gonna give you the option here. Do you choose to be pushed 5 feet back, or do you want to go off to the side?
I'll go off to the side.
Okay, perfect. Okay, now we can continue. Moonlight comes in, rakes across the water. The shark sort of swims quickly, kind of like it's chasing a seagull before Moonlight gets away, and it kind of swims back. The water inside this fishbowl now is starting to get cloudy with red with the amount of bodies that have been in it. It is Garshadow's turn.
So Garshadow is going to... Sorry for the background noise. He's going to kind of growl to try and scare this person in front of him from their daze.
Okay, give me an intimidation check.
I would just click the charisma.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay, Garshadow kind of roars, but you see it's sort of dead set on Dromond at the moment.
And then Garshadow is going to Vuln Valiant's last order, which was to head towards the doors over there to block them.
Okay, so that's going to be 2 attacks of opportunity on Garshadow by 2 of the still sort of mind-controlled commoner. Okay, the first one, which is the top one you tried to roar at, missed with an 8, disoriented from the loud roar in its ear. And then the bottom one on Dromond's south with a 7. They're not very good at what they're doing. They just seem to be there to take up space and confuse you guys, it seems. Give me one quick second. Give me one quick second as you move. I need Garshadow to give me a wisdom saving throw as he moves into that area. Okay. You watch as he begins to sort of shake his head and sort of paw at his head a little bit before he sort of looks a little bit more alert. Something weird almost happened to him. Is that the end of his turn?
Yep, he's kind of keeping an eye on these 2 doors.
Okay. Leomorn, you walk up. You are now at the Black Gate. Commoners. 10 is going to try to grapple you, Thalion. Probably not going to do it. This one is going to run this way. It's going to begin pounding on the doors. And you watch as she kind of falls onto her knees a little bit, holding onto her head. That's the end of that turn.
Oh no.
Drummond, these two are just going to try to grapple you. Nope. And the one on the bottom, 18. So I need a acrobatics or athletics check. This one has you grappled. I'll put a little red dot on it. Red dot has you grappled around the waist. These two are going to back up. Which one backs up first? The one that Rudy is going to back up, drawing the attack of opportunity from the Shark Bowl. Hitting with a just eviscerating this thing as the shark swims out in one of the pseudopods. The glass elongates and the shark goes out with it, grabs a hold of it, and then pulls it in and just devours it. And then this one begins to back up, screaming at what she saw, leaving through the open door. That's the end of her turn. Thalion.
Paying no mind to the commoner, I'm going to try and take out this weird shark.
Okay. $16. I still think that doesn't hit you.
That misses.
Okay. $21 will hit. What damage is that? It just says 10. Is the halberd slashing damage?
Yes. Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's slashing.
And you watch as the weapon kind of cuts through, and you watch as the cut it makes seals up like you're cutting through gelatin.
And I will then swim in and strike with the opposite end.
$14 hits. Okay.
And I roll back a step.
Okay. Good round. Rudy.
Did Thalion's attack do any damage that I can see?
From what you saw, it barely did any damage, but you are on the opposite side of where he's attacking, so you can kind of see him sort of slashing his halberd at it on the other side, but you don't know exactly how much damage he's actually doing.
Alright, then I too will make 2 attacks at this giant shark bowl.
Okay. A 12 hits. And you stab into it and turn and pull the blade out. And you watch as a little bit of the sludgy water inside kind of leak out before it closes.
Come in for a second attack.
18 hits.
Then I will also do this.
Okay. Upping your AC as your blade begins to move around you. And that's the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay. Falk, you have made it to the gate, and we'll say the dragon turtle is there with you. What do you...
Is the turtle with me?
I'll just say yes.
Okay. I will not give the amulet to the turtle, but press it up, so he's in contact with it, and have him. I think of where he goes home, and then I'm hoping that the gate will open. But I'm having him be in contact because I don't know where his home is.
We'll just say for fun, he sort of holds out one of his large flippers and kind of lays it on your hand, touching the key, and then you watch him close his eyes and you watch as the gate shimmers. And you see another sort of marbled pool with columns around it, and then he shoots forward through the gate and vanishes. It wasn't the bottom of the ocean, it looked like another one of these rooms.
Is the gate still open? But no, he said I would die. So...
I mean, you're holding it. He touched it, told it where to go. Because you told him to. Pull it back and close the...
That was peculiar.
Lamborn, you're there too. And you're watching Falk. Kind of looks like he wants to go through this gate.
Oh god, curiosity is gonna get me killed.
I don't know if they should go in there.
No, fuck. We better get back to the group. I closed the gate.
Okay, and I'll say you guys move from the gate to the top of the stairs into the hallway, and then that's where you'll start your next turn. So it's about 5, 10, 15, 20, 40, 50, 55. You guys are 60 feet away from the Dragon Turtle room down this hallway. So it's going to take your next round to move all the way down, and then another round to move into where the battle currently is, I believe.
Yeah, that's fine.
Valeria.
Can anybody hear me now? Just making sure I'm being able to be heard.
Loud and clear.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna take a couple steps back. So right here.
Okay, you retreat backwards.
I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame again.
Okay. Six. Yeah, the -4 does not help this thing out.
With my spiritual weapon. Come on, horsey, you can do it!
A 10 hits. I don't think there's a possible way some of you can miss. This thing has an AC of 6.
And
Well, a 1 always misses.
I say to Xeric, there's an invisible guy around here. Take care of the door, and that's it.
Good call, Valeria. I hadn't thought about the door.
Truman.
I'm gonna slap Red Dot and wake them up.
Okay, give me
Is that-
persuasion or charisma. Slap. She lets go of you, and she's sort of looks at you and looks at her in her kind of nightwear and like covers herself up, wondering how she got in this.
I think I'm gonna stay here.
Okay. These commoners are great. Elise.
I am going to... I'm gonna attack the, fishbowl
Yes.
with my rapier.
Okay, you go through, and the lightning kind of arcs out at you, causing you to take a step back and sort of foil your attack.
All right. And I'm going to heal myself as a bonus action for healing word. 2 for 6. 8.
Okay. Are you going to stay there? This creature has used its reaction already this round.
Right, and then she is going to move 10, 15, 2.
Okay.
About there. Yep.
Alright, sounds good. Let me read something. As you're running around that pool, give me a dexterity saving throw. Okay. You almost slip and fall into the water inside, and like your leg splashes, and you watch as it splashes, the blue fog sort of reacts a little bit, pulls away, and then comes back.
Interesting.
Zirak.
Alright, so I am going to heed Valeria's advice and turn around and use my object interaction to shut the door, and then lay my hand on it and cast a spell on the... Nobody's getting through that door now.
Oh no.
Just like Valeria asked. So I will stand in front of the door as the door is magically shut. Stuck.
Okay, here we
And that I will end my turn.
Rudy. Give me a dexterity saving throw. Do you wish to move off to the side or be pushed back?
I'd like to be pushed over here.
So you're just going to move off to the side, sort of roll around it?
Yes.
Okay, sounds good. Top of round 3. Zirak.
Alright, so Moonlight, right? Not Zirak?
17 hit you, Zirak.
Oh, it would, but no, it's not. Because I'm actually going to get to use a spell that will...
So you're sort of... You finish casting the spell, you turn around and you watch as Rudy dives out of the way, and you get this itch in the side of your neck, and you, for some reason, instinctively hold up your shield, and you watch as an arrow flies off.
That gives my ward another 2 hit points, so now I'm at 10 ward hit points.
Okay. Going to end its turn there. Now it's Moonlight's turn.
Alright, so Moonlight is going to fly...
Next attack on the shark roll has advantage.
Yep, that's 50 feet of movement to get there.
Garshadow.
Garshow's gonna maintain that spot and just hold his reaction in case something other than anyone friendly to him and these commoners come to the door.
I need another wisdom saving throw. Okay. You watch as Garshadow sort of stumbles a little bit, looking confused. Kind of walks forward and kind of walks into the door and then like falls on its butt a little bit. Almost like it looks like he's drunk. It's weird. Then you just kind of see him like look around dazed.
Mark, what was it that shot the arrow at me? Could I tell what was shooting at me?
Give me a perception check. Lamborn, what's your movement?
Be 30 feet.
Okay, so 30, so full movement is 60, which gets you to here on the map. We'll say that you get there and turn just as the door up top slams as this half-naked wet woman is running down the stairs screaming.
Quickly hold my hand. Hold my hand. Wait, what's going on?
You remember that the arrow came from this direction? But that's all you caught. That's where you sort of caught it in the corner of your eye and threw up your shield really quick on instinct. But it just seemed to come out of nowhere, or maybe Elise shot it at you, but Elise doesn't have a bow.
Elise is going down.
Okay. This commoner's going to move up to Thalion, try to grapple him.
Kill him.
9. Thalion, give me an athletics acrobatics check. This one's going to run towards the door. Oop, that's the wrong one. Wisdom save. Fails. She too kind of falls over a little bit and looks confused. And this last one is going to try to attempt to grapple. German, go ahead and give me a acrobatics, or I think you're probably.
I'm very popular with these
That would have been a
commoners.
tie. Thalion.
Going to strike at this bull again.
Okay, I believe you have advantage on this attack. Yes, you have advantage on this attack. 24 hits.
It's just the first swing I had advantage, right?
Yes, just the first attack. 24 will hit.
And I take a few steps back.
Okay, as you take a step back, it's going to shoot out its pseudopod at you as you move beyond the 10-foot reach because it regained its reaction.
Oh, I thought I only had the 5 foot. I didn't take any of the other ones.
What's that? I couldn't hear you.
No, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it spent its reaction last round to kill one of the commoners, and then it was his turn, and then he moved forward to try to engulf Rudy, and then nobody else drew his attack of opportunity after that. 16, which I believe misses you. I think your AC is 18 now with the scale mail, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right, and then you move back this direction here. Rudy.
Rudy's going to make 2 more attacks at this giant shark.
Okay. 16 hits. Thirteen hits.
Bam, bam, and then Rudy is going to And that is all she's going to do.
Falk, 60 feet to there, next to Lamborn. The door is closed. There's a... Oh, this lady's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And she's just running down that hallway. She steps on the arrow trap.
Wait!
No, wait!
That hits her.
Holy crap!
Does it kill her?
He only has 4 hit points, so I believe it will. I just want to double
That's
check.
just massacred her!
Well, wasn't that just a hit?
That was to hit. Oh yeah, she's gonna take 1 piercing.
Wait, which one was broken?
I don't.
The one you're standing on's broken.
Okay, never mind.
The one on the base step isn't. Yeah, she's gonna take 2d. She's dead. I like how he described her as running by you guys, screaming, and then you guys kind of laughed. And then I'm like, she steps on the trap. Oh wait, no!
I tried to stop her earlier.
Fantastic. Okay, double move to there, Falk. Valeria, as you go to move there, you hit something.
Uh-oh.
You sort of run
Over here,
and you
something's
stumble
over
here.
here.
Hit it!
Oh. Instead of doing what I was gonna do, I'm gonna hit it with my mace.
Okay, go ahead.
I guess at disadvantage.
Give me an attack at disadvantage.
Okay.
An 18. I think an 18 hits. An 18 does hit.
Woo!
You go to
Invisible guy.
stand in that general area and you feel it hit something, but this something is like your hip level. Like you come all the way down. And once your mace comes to within hip level, it hits something and you watch as there's like a small spurt of blood from the impact before the blood vanishes again.
I turn my spiritual weapon over here so I can hit the shark bull.
Okay. A 13 will hit.
Well, yeah.
My poor shark bull hasn't been able to do anything. Is that the end of your turn? Drummond.
Alright, I'm running out of people to slap, so let's enjoy it.
You go to slap, and this one sort of ducks underneath and then tries to grapple you again as it sort of dodges your.
Okay,
your
no,
slap.
that's not how this works. You come back.
Are you going to stand there?
I'm gonna stay here. I'm having fun with it.
Drummond busts out some baby powder and starts putting it on his palm. Elite.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't be sad, Zirak. Be glad.
I'm getting a little nervous. I feel like I'm going to be smothered into that corner by giant shark bull.
Hold on a second. Hey, I think Valeria and Rudy walked within 5 feet of the pool, didn't they? I didn't see it, so that's my fault. Okay, Marcy, what do you got for me?
Okay. I am going to. I'm going to cast Desnant Whispers at the Shark Bowl.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast it at first level.
Okay, here comes a wisdom save. I don't think I can do anything with this. Dissonant Whispers isn't like a frightening effect, is it? Oh, okay.
Yes.
So this, okay, here we go. It fails, it'll take the psychic damage, but it has already used its reaction, so it cannot move away. It's going to stay where it's at.
It's fine. And yeah, and she's just gonna warn Rudy to be like, hey, stay away from the edge of these pools. Not safe.
Thanks for the heads up.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Xerac, it's your turn.
Yep, it's my turn. Nothing's getting through this door. I'm telling you. I will raise my hand and point at the creature and fling a ball of fire at it. The
Okay.
shark.
A 12 hits. The firebolt connects with it directly, but it doesn't seem to penetrate as much as you were hoping it would, but it still does take damage.
I'm gonna boil that fish alive in this bowl. All right. Gosh, I couldn't move. I'm gonna move right there
Okay?
and end my turn.
The shark bowl looks at you, and the shark looks like it wants to swim to you before it turns around and comes back towards Valeria. The shark is going to pierce through and try to bite at you, Valeria. With a 12 missing. And then one of the large, like the glass, like turns oblong and it tries to come in and slap. Oh, Jesus. I'm not doing good. Shark Bowl is sick. Giving advantage on the next attack against it. It is the top of round 4. This guy. Okay, it's going to make an attack against you, Xerac. 26 hit.
26 will hit me.
You watch as an arrow flies at you and embeds itself in your chest, and it's sort of slowing your breathing as your head erupts in pain, and you kind of put your hands up and you kind of scream out as images begin to assault your mind of forests burning and animals dying. It's not a very pleasant scene. You take a total of 16 points of damage with your arcane ward.
Yeah, I posted it just double checking that do I have to see the attack? I have to see the attacker to make it work for an ally. But for me, I don't have to see the attacker. It's just when I take damage. So I will lessen the damage by the ward.
Okay, that's the end of that thing's turn, and it is...
So it does what, 16 total, right? And my ward has 10, so I'll take 6 damage.
Okay. And it is Moonlight's turn.
Moonlight doesn't know that the Shark Bowl is already granting advantage, so same thing. gonna fly past it, getting up to Zerak's corner of the room and slashing at it.
Okay. Gar Shadow is going to stumble. Whoops. Five, 10, 15. Then it's going to look to Dromund, and it's going to go. And he's going to pounce on Dromund. Please roll a pounce against Dromund.
Oh, hey, Gar Shadow, you're coming to. Oh, snap. That'll
16 hit.
That will hit.
I need a strength saving throw. As he slashes at you for 9 points of slashing. You do slide out of the way and use his momentum against him, like you're used to doing with much larger people that attack you. As he was preparing to sort of take you to the ground like you've seen before and bite. That's going to be the end of Gar Shadow's turn.
So I uncanny dodge, so I'll take 4.
Sounds good.
Leomorn. Again.
Okay, so I seen the direction that she was running, right? And she ran by.
Yes, you definitely saw that she was running from the top of the stairs, and you saw that the door closed.
Oh, bloody hell. I'm calling trying to fall. Come on! Something's happening! And I'm just gonna book it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to do a double. Just to get to the door.
Run up to the door and start pounding on it. Zirak, you hear somebody on the other side of the door
I'm
pounding.
gonna try to, maybe try to shoulder check it open.
Alright. Give me a...
You can make a strength check to open the door. The DC is equal to my spell save, though.
Yeah, so go ahead and give me a strength check later.
Unless the door is normally higher than that. That is not my spell save DC. You are unable to budge the door.
And I'll say that's high enough. I'll say that that's high enough that you don't take bludgeoning damage from running into the door.
So do I just flat poof, ah! Fuck.
Oh man.
That's good English oak right there.
This commoner is going to attempt to grapple Thalion. Nope. Commoner against Drummond. 13. Drummond, give me athletics or acrobatics. Ooh, she's got you. She's got you around the waist again. You're not getting away from her. Thalion, it is your turn. Oh, wait. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. They're no longer 25. 2 dagger attacks at you, Drummond. 17.
17's
4
gonna
piercing. 12, which misses, I believe. As the commoners that you slapped have seemingly come back, seemingly falling under some sort of trance as they walked closer to this door. Thalion. Okay, the commoner's going to take an attack of opportunity. 13. Pretty futile attempt. A 9 will hit. 14 hits.
And then I am stepping back, specifically going to a spot where I saw Valyria swing to see if I can put this something.
So you moved directly across and not to this square?
I'm going to that one next. I just stopped there. I was kind of moving slowly to.
Okay, so you moved 5 feet over. You don't run into anything. Okay, and as you take a step back, the shark is going to try to hit you with a pseudopod. I believe. Give me 1 second to read something. I'm totally fucking myself over. Okay. This is going to be made at regular.
I forgot to swing at advantage.
18.
18 hits. Can I roll again to see if I could have crit on that last one? I forgot there was that advantage.
You take 27 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ouch.
Yeah, go ahead and just roll again and see if you crit. And that way at least. Or you can let somebody else use that. We'll just say we'll let somebody else use that. Otherwise it just seems wasted. Rudy. The shark roll is wobbly. The next attack against it has advantage.
I'm going to go up and attack it.
Okay.
2 attacks.
$17 hits. Slowly but surely, you guys are nipping away at this thing.
And then I go.
Okay. Falk, I assume you're going to double move to the door and begin hitting it? Or are you going to try to break it open?
I've seen that it's way more. She is blocked. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna start running to the other door.
Okay, you're going to run to the south.
Right, you'll probably just hear me cursing as you run by. Mother, son of a.
Hold on, Mark. I gotta get off for the night.
That's fine.
I can't continue.
Valyria. Okay, it's going to take that damage.
The spiritual weapon.
Ooh, finally. Something that
Oh
missed.
no.
The spiritual weapon did miss. Is that the end of your turn? Drummond.
Let's slap this person who's grappling me.
Okay. Ooh, she's ready for your slaps now. She's actively dodging.
I'm just enjoying this little confrontation down here. Who cares about the shark? Just this little one. I'll be good, thanks.
Okay, Elise.
Alrighty, I am going to. I'm gonna vicious mockery the shark bow.
Okay. It fails.
Then points of damage. And I'm just gonna take one step away from there.
Okay. Zirak.
Alright, I'm a little leery of this guy shooting arrows at me from invisible. But I can't make it past this shark bowl and this cloud of blue gas that I'm being told is dangerous as well. So I'll just I'm gonna walk up to the shark bowl. 15 feet to there and reach out with my sparkle fingers and try to touch it.
Okay. Oh shit. Thalion, sorry, you also took an additional 2 points of lightning damage from the lightning cage that's around this thing. A 14 will hit. And
Alright, so
and you watch as the lightning gets absorbed into the already coalescing lightning cage around this thing, sort of empowering it. Not damaging it, but the lightning seems to be hanging around.
okay, I'm gonna continue my movement, assuming that I hit it.
Yep. Give me a dexterity saving throw. You almost slip into the pool, but you manage to move over and Elise kind of catches you.
Excellent. Thank you, Elise. That will end my turn as I
You're
shocked
welcome,
it
Zach.
and ran by.
By the way, be careful of the edges of that pool. It's dangerous.
I gotta do it. There's 4 of you there. I gotta do it. $20. I need all 4 of you inside the shark bowl to give me dexterity saving throws.
I'm going to use my inspiration to that.
Okay. Okay. Thalion, Zirak, and Valeria, do you guys wish to move off to the side or to be pushed 5 feet?
What do you mean?
You can either
Like I can
choose to roll, like, commando roll off to the side, or like let this thing sort of push you away 5 feet.
Oh, I need the commander roll because Elise just told me that circle is dangerous. I don't want to be in there. So I'm gonna, if I can pick any adjacent space, I want to be here.
Okay, Thalion, what about you? You want to be pushed 5 feet away, or just move off to the side?
I rolled off to the side.
Okay, Elise is going to take... Take 31 points of piercing damage. You are engulfed, restrained, and you cannot breathe.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Top of round 5. This guy. Zirak, he's going to try to shoot you with an arrow.
Wow, he really likes shooting me.
Currently, you're the only one that it can really see. Everybody else is on the other side of the bowl.
I'm gonna have to take umbrage here.
23.
Ooh, that's a hit.
13 points of damage total.
I failed my con save, so the arcane lock on the door is not there anymore.
The door opens
from-
slightly. Leomorn, kind of giving you a peek of what's happening inside. So I'll just take that off right now.
Oh, bloody hell.
And I'm about to drop.
Moonlight.
Did Moonlight see where the arrow came from?
Give me a perception check.
So I get advantage because of keen hearing and sight?
Yes. Moonlight saw that the arrow was shot from somewhere in this area. It just sort of manifested from here, but he's not sure if whatever shot it is still there.
Alright, well, Moonlight is going to trust his instincts and try to fly down and rake his claws at that spot. So, aiming that area right there. I'm just gonna try to rake my claws against it. Here, I'll do this. I'll roll a talent attack with disadvantage for the help action.
Okay.
So that would be an 11 to hit.
It sweeps down, and you sort of take a peek as you watch Moonlight dive down, and you're sort of like, yes! And he flies through the space, not being able to get purchase on anything.
Okay, so unknown whether it was successful because he just tries to distract.
Yep.
But he didn't see anything or make contact.
Scar Shadow is going to take a bite attack at Drummond. .25 will hit Drummond.
That's gonna hit.
12 points of piercing. Okay, so you'll take 6. Leomorn.
Okay. This is quite a bit much to take in at once.
It's not every day you see a giant shark in a rolling fishbowl, is it?
No, it isn't actually. I'm going to squeeze through as much as I can through the door.
Oh, you can make your way in. Use an object action to push it open. You're inside like hell.
Alright. I guess I'll be standing against the door here, and I guess I'm gonna try to, if I can, just do a ray of frost on this thing.
Okay.
I'm just aiming at this floating shark.
.13 hits.
That's about the best of all I can do right now.
Okay. Commoners. 3 of them are going to attack Droman with death. Seven. And 20. Total of 7 damage. The one next to Valeria now is going to attempt to grapple her since she's 18. Give me a strength. Give me athletics or acrobatics, Valeria. Okay, you are now grappled and your speed is 0.
Striking at the shark.
Okay. $17 will hit.
And you said he had a 10-foot range?
You've seen him attack you when you've moved past 10 feet.
Okay, so I stopped within this range still.
Okay. Rudy.
Rudy is going to move over here, and she would like to pull Elise out of the fishbowl.
Okay, give me a strength check.
Just strength.
Yes. It doesn't say anything about taking damage when you enter it. Like this, I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't say. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about it. So I'm going to say you sort of reach in and you go to grab for her, but there's like a strange current inside that kind of flips her body around, and you're not able to grab her.
Okay, I was hoping she would have been outside, but I've still got to do this anyway. I'm going to healing word.
You're going to healing word Elise.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and cast your healing word. Okay, so as you cast your magic inside, you watch Elise's body kind of shudder and spasm, but she is still unconscious, as she is currently suffocating, and when a creature is suffocating, they cannot gain hit points.
Well, that was a complete waste. I'm dead.
Okay. Falk. $15 here. He's gonna look at Zirak, who's in pretty bad shape. And with a grimace, he's gonna cast Life Transference. Zirak, you take 41 points of healing, and Falk goes unconscious.
You see this swarm of flies charge at you, and as you open your mouth to make a comment, they plunge themselves down your throat.
You're like, no! You feel
Oh my
so
God.
violated right now.
I do. I'm a little mouth raped. Okay.
You can feel each and every one of them crawl.
no, stop,
It's like if the mummy from the mummy movie, you know, gave you a nice little beetle kiss.
They're
beetle
wriggling
kiss.
inside
But
you,
instead of
stomach-
swiping your life, he gives you life.
your stomach tickles. Oddly enough, you're not hungry. You feel great.
Thanks, Falk.
He can't hear you. He's unconscious.
I guess I'm gonna try to slap this girl and see if she snaps out of it. So I guess I'll roll for that.
I mean, you can always
Persuasion.
you can always make a non-lethal attack to try to incapacitate the target. That's always an option as well, especially if your persuasion or charisma isn't that good. It's just an option. But with the 11 persuasion, you go to slap. She pulls herself closer into your breastplate, and you're not able to actually get enough force to kind of slap her. As she's just trying her damnedest to occupy your time.
We gotta finish this off now, or Elise isn't gonna make it.
What do you think I'm trying to do?
Drummond. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Valeria. Did you want to use your bonus action to attack?
Spiritual weapon.
Okay. Sorry about that. 15 hits. Okay. Drummond.
We're gonna switch to non-lethal attacks now.
Okay.
We'll go ahead and attack the one who's grappling me. So is that I'm guessing that's it. Just
No, you're just grappled. You're not restrained. It just means your speed's 0.
I'm like Iron Man. Just go sleep. Go sleep. You go sleep.
An 8 sadly misses. I think. Hold on. Yeah, it misses. They have an AC of 10.
I'm just waving my rapier around like, shoot, get back, go away.
Just
Gar
trying
Shadow.
to crack him in the temple with the pommel. Elise, I need a death saving. Okay, that is 1 failure. 0.
All right, I need to try to get some cover, so I am going to not reach out and shock this thing because it looked like it recovered or regained some health, or like I helped it last time. So I'm going to take the disengage action, and I'm going to move away to the corner of the room there, 25 feet, and I'll end my turn there.
Okay. At the beginning of the round, Elise is going to take damage. I'm not even going to roll it, so that's 2 failed death saves, so Elise has bit the... You guys watch as the shark sort of circles around and then darts forward, grabs her by the torso, and just begins to shake her violently inside this thing. 30 points of damage total. And then it's going to make an attack at Valeria and then attack at Rudy. It's going to bite at Rudy at 25. Rudy, you take 24 points of piercing damage, and then it's going to attack Valeria at advantage because of its blood frenzy. 16, Valeria. You managed to get your shield up in time as the pseudopod swings around towards you. Top of round 6. Falk, you watch as blood explodes from Falk's chest as a small point or piercing whoosh, squirts out.
you saying an arrow hit him?
No. I have to roll the attack. 19, which will hit Falk. So Falk has 2 failed death saves. Moonlight.
The creature still doesn't reveal its location when it stabs melee attack at Falk?
I mean, you can't see it, but you can see where the blood has splurted out. I mean, if it's invisible.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to scrape at its eyes where I think they might be. I'm thinking that it attacked him from one of these wherever the blade came from. Yeah, I'll do the same thing I did before.
Give me a quick perception check.
$21.
We'll say that you saw. Or we'll say that he heard. Pat, 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 pat. Footsteps.
Alright, so Moonlight will follow his instincts and swipe at this square here with disadvantage.
You watch as Moonlight flies, runs into something physical, and then bounces off.
Right there, I'm thinking, is where no, right there. Right? I bumped into something right there, guys. I think.
Car Shadow is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20. I need a pounce on Rudy, please. Drummond, did you want to make an attack of opportunity at Gar Shadow?
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
$22 will
Bad
hit Gar
kitty.
Shadow. Give me a wisdom saving throw, please, Thalion. Okay. Please roll a pounce against Rudy. 21. Rudy, give me a strength save. Scar Shadow jumps on your back, dealing 8 points of slashing and knocks you down prone. Please roll a bite attack against Rudy with advantage. Oh, that was super close to a crit. Rudy, you take 10 more points.
Rudy is down.
Lamorn. You watch the owl hit something here. You're watching as Falk is bleeding out and looking like he's about to die. You watch as Rudy was taken down by Gar Shadow.
Shit. Crap, I don't know what to do. Do I have anything?
I need a decision in 6 seconds. You're taking the dodge.
I guess I'm going to. I'm going to just dig deep, anchor an arm back, and I'm going to cast a witch bolt at that shark.
Okay, you're going to shoot a witch bolt at the shark?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and cast Witch Bolt. You
can't
watch
be
as the
so-
bolt shoots out, and the lightning has no effect on the shark ball whatsoever. It is immune.
I holler across the room that lightning does not seem to be effective against the shark. As we have determined that, but sorry that you just joined us. I tried to shock it earlier.
Valeria,
And so did Rudy, I believe.
While still grappled, Valeria, this thing's going to try to attempt to stab you. 15 misses. This one's going to move 5 feet to here. Zirak is going to try to grapple. Need a acrobatics or athletics check. Probably don't need it, but
I do push-ups.
Drummond, these two are going to try to stab you. Does a 15 hit?
15 will hit.
For 4 points of piercing. I believe that's all of them. Thalion.
Okay, so I saw we might bump into something right there. Is this still at disadvantage?
This will even out the disadvantage granted by Moonlight, so this will be an attack at regular. .22 will hit. And then your next attack will be at disadvantage if you take. .13 will miss. You hear a yowl of pain, really deep pain, and you watch as blood spurts and kind of lands in this area here. Can you stay there?
Yes.
Rudy. Need a death saving throw, please. That's one success. Falk sits straight up with 1 hit point thanks to his lucky fucking coin. He's going to use half of his movement to stand up. Has he got any fun stuff? He's gonna cast Witch Bolt. I'm just joking. He's gonna Ray of Frost. Hitting with an 8 for 8 cold. That's the end of Falk's turn. Valeria, you are currently grappled. This commoner is trying to stab you. You have this giant shark bowl in front of you. People are dying. This is great and getting crazy. .17 will hit. Are you hitting the shark bowl? Okay. Healing word, Rudy. Rudy, you get 7 points, 7 hit points, and you are awakened.
Oh, good. I get to be alive when I'm eaten.
And it is Droman's turn.
The commoners are too distracting. I'm gonna just ignore them for a minute. I'm gonna chuck a dagger at the ball.
Okay, this will be made at disadvantage, but probably going to hit it still.
Go lucky dad.
Yeah, Jesus. Yeah, 20 definitely hits. You do have allies. The shark bowl begins to warble, and then the outside that was holding it astray sort of pops, and the water rushes out, and the sandcastle inside kind of falls over and breaks into pieces as the shark is now sort of wriggling in the outside of the water, unable to breathe, and it dies. And like Elise kind of slides with the water current this way, and you guys hear a very pained screaming from inside.
And I will stay there because I can't move.
With a flick of his wrist.
Come on, guys, it wasn't that hard, really.
Son of a gun.
I say while I'm grappled by a commoner.
Yeah. Zirak.
Alright, I'm feeling a little annoyed that this commoner tried to grab me, so I'm gonna shocking grasp it.
Oh no. Okay.
This person.
Dead. Go ahead and roll damage.
So I just reach out kind of in defense. Don't grab me, and my fingers light up with lightning. And it courses through them, and I see the smoke come out of their ears and mouth and nose. They fall over dead. And I feel a little guilty, somewhat, but I'm still kind of confused as to what was all going on in here. So
Yeah, it's like
I override my guilt. Yeah, I'm feeling guilty, but at the same time kind of justified. But I'm not. I kind of shrug my shoulders, and I'm not sure what to do. And I'll end my turn there. Moonlight will fly to me and land on my shoulder, since Moonlight perceives that the biggest danger is past and can't find the... Oh, actually, no. I would like to look around on the ground for traces of blood splatter from Thalian's strike against the enemy and see if I can follow the blood splatter.
Because I said to go.
Okay, well, yeah, you go first, and then I want to follow the blood trail.
He's going to take an attack at Thalian. Thalian. You take 16 points of damage total.
I was about to ask since I struck him. This weapon's...
You have to see him to be able to make an attack of opportunity.
That's correct.
Moonlight. Please give me a perception.
Okay. Yeah.
And this is just going to go against his passive stealth. You definitely, as Moonlight's flying around, see something that goes this way and this way.
I think you were on a different layer because I didn't see your arrows.
Yep, I'm on the other layer. You watched it as it went. This way, this way, this way, and then kind of disappeared through here around this area.
Alright, so Moonlight is going to follow the blood trail and try to swipe at, let's say, this space right here.
We'll just say, since you're following the blood trail, just make a general swipe attack with disadvantage. Well, actually, make a regular one since you're tracking it. A 19 hits. So Moonlight, move this way. Soof. Hit something here, and then circled around.
Yep, that's perfect. So I tagged it. Tag, you're it. All right, so and Moonlight will kind of send that thought off to Zirak, who is still kind of confused and electrocuting innocent people, that there is still an enemy in the room, and he should focus his attentions on that. Almost chastising him for his bad behavior.
Please make a bite attack against Rudy at advantage, please.
That's for Gar Shadow, right?
Yep, 8 piercing Rudy, and Rudy is just caught between the worst possible thing, watching a cat that was once friendly to her sort of maul her. Thalion is now looking in this general direction and sees the havoc that Gar Shadow is causing. Leomorn.
I'm just gonna run straight to Elise. I don't care what's in the way. I'm running straight to her.
Okay.
Yes, don't mind me. I'm just being eaten alive.
So go ahead and move. Let me see how you move.
Leo and Elise have like backstory together. That would be totally in character.
25, 30.
They were like childhood friends and shit. I would expect. I'm about to get all teary. Leomorn's gonna cry and stuff.
Let's see. God dang, I hit the wrong button. I'm probably gonna go 5. Actually, hold on. 5. Crap. I don't know how I can get around this thing.
Well, you can go 5, 10, 15, but that's going to draw an attack of opportunity. You can try to go... Well, either way, you're going to draw an attack of opportunity, or you can move 10, 20, 30, and end here, because this is considered difficult terrain. But if you're bolting straight to her, you're going to go this way. I mean, they can only hit you for 4 damage max. So you can, if you want to try, you go for it. But they're really shitty attacks.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to run around. 10 right there.
As I say that, she crits.
Of course she does.
Now there you go, Leomorn. You take 5 points of piercing damage as the dagger takes you in the side.
Nope, don't care. I don't even feel it. I'm still going.
Commoner to Valyria. You can keep going all the way to there, Leomorn. So you are now. Are you going to drop down prone as she's laying on the ground?
Probably just gonna try to catch my breath first, just from running.
Okay, and then here comes 2 dagger attacks. The 19, I assume. 2 points of piercing. Uncanny dodge for 1 if you want. Thalion.
Nah.
Dalian is going to rush for the spot he saw Moonlight strike at.
$18 hits. You watch as the head pops off.
So, oh, okay.
as the body sort of twitches. As soon as he dies, you watch as the smoke on the pools, the fog, dissipates. Garshadow shakes his head and kind of backs up, confused. These guys take a step back away from Drummond, releasing the grapple. The same thing with the one on Valyria. You guys look around and take stock and watch as Leomorn
Mark, we're still in
Oh,
initiative.
Jesus.
I
I am so sorry. Rudy's down. Okay, Thalion, you attack. It is Rudy's turn. Please give me a death saving throw. That's a success. Falk. I don't think Falk has anything that can help. $30 to here. Staying away from the pool. Valyria. Rudy, you are now back to consciousness with 6 points of healing.
Rudy Garshadow is like licking your hand in an apologetic manner.
I mean, Rudy, you wake up and you see the lion looming over you still, though not devouring you like it was before, but the beast is still there.
I am just clutching at my eviscerated throat, or what? I'm like making like noises.
You guys are watching as Leomorn is kind of cradling Elisa's head in his lap, like tears streaming down his face. Elisa's unmoving body just eviscerated, broken. And that's where we're going to leave off tonight.
Oh, but it's worth a try for Valyria to try to revive. Oh man, Mark, that's a cruel cliffhanger.
It's a cruel summer, my friend.
It is. It is. Winter is here. Yeah. So, okay. So we won't know till next week if Valyria is able to revive Elise.
We haven't had a really good cliffhanger in a while.
I like it.
I will also say that once the fog clears, those of you that are close to the pools, Drummond, Thalion, the water is crystal clear. And imagine a telephone, like an old school telephone that you would sit on like a rotary device. You can see that there are tunnels that look like they're connecting these two pools together. That you can see the slope. It's smooth, carved in, and it seems to be sloping one into each other. So we'll leave it off with that. That went from you guys were destroying this encounter to a flip of the switch, absolute mayhem and chaos once Garshadow failed that wisdom save down by that door. So that was.
I think it was once the shark got an attack.
Yeah, once it stopped trying to engulf people. God damn it. That was fun though.
Some massive damage it was doing.
Thank you guys for and the funny thing was he had greater invisibility, but his health was so small. 3 hits. You guys hit him 3 times and he died. So, but yeah, thank you guys. I will see. I think.
How much health did he have?
Which
I
one?
was curious. Just the main bad guy who went invisible.
The main invisible bad guy had, I believe, 25 hit points total.
I was just wondering how much damage I could have done in that first hit where I tried to push him instead. If I could have just ended it.
You would have, with the surprise round and your sneak attack, you would have killed him. I think.
Could have ended it right there.
Yeah, and then it just would have been the shark. I really wanted to use this shark bowl somewhere, and the Aquatus was the perfect place. So, thanks for letting me have some fun. But I will see everybody Tuesday. I'm getting a little lightheaded now. I'm gonna go lay down.
All right, you get some rest, Mark.
If Chris asks, he died, and you guys want me to? You guys want me to give you the experience right now?
Sure.
Well, I'm only asking because if it's not 8:33, then I kind of want to push for one more encounter. Otherwise, I'm gonna full rest and have to wait for our next full rest to level up, which means I may be well over 1,000 XP into our next level before I can benefit from it. Because of the rule that I have to wait for a full rest to level. So I want this XP before I full rest.
Is that why Xerax was killing the commoners? He's like, I need a little bit more.
You know what? I might just run around and start zapping all these commoners if it's that close. I can feel the pull of magic.
We'll just go into town and we'll slap commoner.
Yeah, I mean, I might have to pull a Lagozo and just fling open every door we come across in order to get this XP if we need to.
Xerax stepping on every rat. He's searching for everything, slapping everyone we meet.
I'm almost there, guys.
Jesus. Give me a second.
Everyone we meet, he slaps and he's like, oh, that's just how we greet people. I'm like...
Basically, he's trying to grind for experience points in a level 1 area.
That's funny. Half an XP per kill. Since Garshadow was brainwashed, I could just kill Garshadow. That's probably worth a lot of XP.
Don't you dare.
I know, right? Thalion would be like,
since he killed Rudy, you can be like, I'm avenging our ally.
That's right. But I still think Thalion would say, you're not going to have that XP for very long once I split you in half with my glaive.
That's if Xerac lets him. Oh,
I don't know. I'm pretty much out of magic. I think right now Thalion would definitely beat Xerac. If I had like all my spells, then it would be a more fair fight. But
he's less than half health though. If he was,
I don't have my ward. Thalion could hit me once and do 25 points of damage. It'd be over.
This is true. He hit you twice and you're dead.
That's right. Really, it would just matter who won initiative. If I won initiative, I could do something like slow to him or something, and that would make it easier for me to win.
And just like freaking cantrip him the entire time.
But I know how Doug is. Doug will make all of his saving throws against me because he does when he's a player and I'm DM. That's what he does.
Yeah, with his kill dice. His elven dice.
In that one fight with the god,
Ruel.
Ruel was the only one who didn't.
Damage. Jesus
Yeah, he was the
Christ,
only one who didn't fail the saves too. There was a wisdom save just to have a turn, and he kept making it every round.
In defense, those dice were given to me by Chris.
Yeah, I remember. I blamed him too.
I mean, he took down your god in what, 2 shots? That was it. GG. 2 arrow shots.
I think
Playing a freaking ranger.
Well, he was a ranger, fighter, rogue. He was all 3, I think, by the end of it.
Okay, well, sorry, Ken, it's not. It's not the 833. It is, however, 738.
Yep, so I'm going to go kick open the door down below, guys. Sorry, Valeria. We're all going to die.
Leomorn and Falk get 200 bonus XP for releasing the Kraken and sending it on its way. not Kraken, the dragon turtle. Marcy, since you perished in this fight, you get half XP for the encounter. So you will get 369.
Okay.
The other half of that was divided up and added to the surviving members' XP totals. So Falk and Lamorn get 984. Yes, 738. Oh, I'm sorry, I messed that up. 784, not 738. Okay. Awesome. Did everybody get it?
Yep, I need 69 XP.
Oh no.
So I'm gonna have to go kick down doors.
Will you ladies follow me as he begins drowning each one?
Yes, just come with me to the water, the pool. All right, we'll get some
you know
rest,
what?
Mark. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Technically, I didn't add the 10 XP for the one commoner you killed, so go ahead and give yourself 10 XP for killing that.
Right on. Okay, so I need 59 more.
Awesome. Night, everybody.
Good night.
Night.
Night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.